What is slow living? 9 life-changing tips to slow down. Living slowly has become very popular, but its main points emphasize cutting back on consumption and living more slowly. Breathe magazine is heaped at grocery store checkouts, demonstrating how widely slow living is accepted. The popularity of Marie Kondo's tidying up has led to an increase in donations to charity shops. Many apps allow us to meditate and spend less time online, and fast food restaurants now provide vegan menu options. Everyone seems to be aiming for a more straightforward, sustainable, and fulfilling life. The emphasis is on simplicity, whether it is through decluttering or streamlining your travel plans. Steaming cups of tea are shown on linen sheets under Instagram hashtags like #TeaHeartOfSlowLiving. They highlight the modest pleasures of life that should be savored, and perhaps they will encourage you to put down your smartphone. Yet, slow living is more than simply an attractive Pinterest board, which is frequently just as aspirational as the consumerism it purports to oppose. So what exactly is slow living? The key to slow living is to consume less and move more slowly through your day. And slow living can involve everything from planning your vacation to eating thoughtfully. Faster isn't necessarily better, according to this set of values. Slow living is not a luxury reserved for those without jobs, family, or obligations. It's not just for people who can afford country cottages. The slow food movement, which prioritizes regional and traditional cuisine over fast meals, gave rise to the slow living movement. In 1986, a group of Italian activists protested the proposed McDonald's location at the Spanish Steps in Rome. To oppose the historic site's commercialization, they hosted a big pasta feast. They also produced a manifesto, which later served as the basis for the slow living movement. However, despite its increasing appeal, slow life is sometimes misinterpreted. Here are 6 key elements of slow living. 1. A slow approach to everyday life. "I'm so busy" is a typical complaint if you've ever worked in the corporate sector or even just tried to get pals together for coffee. Because being busy is equated with being important in our culture, the term is occasionally used with a sense of pride. Your worth in society is based primarily on what you can produce and consume. Slowing down is a guilty pleasure in a world of status symbols, branded t-shirts, and unending WhatsApp business groups. The grind culture, which glorifies business, comes next. It asserts that staying up late and sleeping in the office demonstrate your dedication, enthusiasm, and drive. Slow living at work. Rejecting a fast-paced lifestyle that glorifies a mindless frenzy is what slow living is all about. It's not necessary to have a busy schedule to lead a full life. Productivity is not achieved by rushing through your schedule. Quite the opposite. The worst conceivable circumstances for the concentration you needed to achieve real outcomes are the frequent meetings, buzzing, notifications, and office banter that take up so much of the working day. The strength of undistracted focus can be felt by anyone who has ever come to work early and completed a day's worth of work in a few short hours. At work, slow living is concentrating on the tasks that produce results and removing busy work. Slow living hobbies. Living slowly entails planning out your free time. It's not about jam-packing your schedule with social engagements out of obligation. It's about developing the ability to firmly decline invitations and fiercely guarding your free time. And it's about using your free time to pursue your interests. Responsibilities frequently come in waves, like attending birthday celebrations for coworkers you don't particularly like, or enrolling in tennis lessons because your closest friend is. Choosing leisure activities slowly requires figuring out what truly makes you happy. This requires self-knowledge acquired from experimenting with various interests and discovering what truly makes you happy. Most crucially, it entails giving up something, but a full calendar cannot accommodate all of those delightful things. Some things must simply be eliminated if you desire more time. Where does your time actually go, though? Even though we frequently say we don't have time, we watch hours of TV and use our smartphones. Setting a screen time limit helps you make more time for activities that truly make you happy. Even after a long day, you'll discover that engaging activities will help you sleep better than dozing off on the couch. It may sound strange, but after finishing a tough task in the evening, your mind feels refreshed. If there are no richer activities there to counteract the shallow entertainment, you will merely feel exhausted. The slow reading movement. The slow reading movement promotes reading at a slower speed against the pressure to consume information quickly. The objective is to appreciate complexity, pleasure, and meaning in books more fully. The slow travel movement. The slow travel movement is all about trimming your schedule in light of over-tourism and popular Instagram locations. It's about becoming fully enmeshed in a place and its culture. Mindfulness and being aware of your surroundings. Although it may appear new age, experts promote mindfulness as a method to treat melancholy and anxiety. In order to be present in your daily activities, you need to develop routines like journaling or meditation that help you stay in the present. With the use of these routines, you may stop worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. How does mindfulness relate to slow living? Slow living is the reverse of a hurried life. It entails hurrying through the day without purpose or enjoyment. Then, in order to get to the weekend, we must overcome the challenges of our daily existence. You may appreciate life's little pleasures and gain perspective on your challenges when you're more in the moment. The advantages of mindfulness in terms of health are innumerable. It eases chronic pain, lowers blood pressure, aids with stress management, and enhances sleep. Mindfulness might help you savor the moments if you rush through your day and barely recall what you had for lunch. The importance of mindfulness is particularly vital right today because of the constant information overload and unpredictability in our society. 3. A connection to community. Understanding your lifestyle's effects on the environment and the larger community is a key component of slow living. Supporting regional farms or interacting with people might help create a more genuine travel experience. The antidote to a life spent online and away from real-world interactions, where communication is reduced to likes and comments, is slow living. Slow living is investing time in the relationships that enrich your life and supporting your neighborhood. It's about recovering conversational skills and traditional pastimes like board games and phone-free dining. Being a good listener is important, and about fostering connections based on similar interests and beliefs. You feel alone and worn out when you confuse social media for actual communication. Local communities are harmed when tourists just visit popular tourist destinations to take pictures. Consumption that disregards the effects means exploiting people, animals, and the environment. Real relationships are important, and slow living is about understanding our interconnectedness. 4. A commitment to purpose. Focusing on meaningful work and mindful life is what slow living entails. To focus on the tasks that move you forward, it means removing the shoulds from your calendar, and it's doing away with meaningless activities to free up time for what matters. But there's also a point to it. We intentionally make all of our decisions. There is no following the herd or partaking in what is fashionable. Knowing your values and allowing them to influence your decisions are key components of slow living. It entails using technology for a certain objective rather than just downloading the newest apps out of a sense of duty. It entails avoiding tasks that don't advance your larger goal. Also, it entails engaging pastimes and productive free time. 5. Knowing that faster isn't always better. Many appliances and technology, such as smartphone filters and toasters, claim to produce results more quickly and simply than previous methods. In order to attract more clients, marketing slogans like new and better have been employed for decades. Faster, though, is not necessarily better. The best things in life also cannot be hurried, whether we like it or not. Humans are designed to enjoy manual labor, using abilities that take years to hone into artistic forms. A tweet or a time-lapse video of a watercolor swirl may mesmerize us, but a compelling book or a beautiful scenery provide greater satisfaction than that material. It's not necessary to give up technology or equipment to live slowly. Nonetheless, it takes time to have profound realizations or undergo profound changes. There are no fast cuts to creating creative work, whether it's George R. R. Martin hiding out in a log cabin with spotty Wi-Fi to work on his next book, or Steve Jobs taking a think week off from work to focus only on learning and absorbing information. Yet, it's not necessarily about becoming a successful author or businessman. That has to do with the fulfillment that comes from perfecting your profession. 6. Consuming less. Anti-consumerism and rejecting the idea that material riches leads to happiness are central to slow living. It's choosing to leave a futile contest with no clear winner. Living slowly and deliberately need not entail minimalism or monk-like austerity. That doesn't entail living in a house full of beige basics and wearing only a few clothes. But the desire for status symbols and material goods is purposefully limitless. Also, it won't ever make you happy. To live slowly implies to be appreciative of what you have. It connotes fruitful leisure, fulfilling labor, and lasting connections. Knowing that retail therapy only lasts a short time, and that it is pointless to impress individuals who are just interested in status symbols. Consuming less frees you up to spend in items that are more timeless and durable, since you are more thoughtful about each buy. Also, it means fewer debt-related hardship and increased savings. You now have more flexibility in the tasks you do. There is no need to put in extra hours at work to pay off debts or purchase items you don't really want. Your money may instead support what is truly important. Instead than spending money on technology and impulsive purchases, invest it on experiences.